So I was going to talk about a few other topics. I had some other things lined up in the brain as to what I wanted to maybe touch on in today's show. But the New Jersey Devils have made a trade with the St. Louis Blues. It is Jon Gillies heading over to New Jersey for future considerations. Now, this is a pretty minor move. Doesn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things, but the way things have gone on for both the Devils and the Blues, this trade was an inevitability. This trade was only really done because of some very specific circumstances, and I wanted to go over that here in today's video. So if you go over Jon Gillies and you take a look at who this guy is, you may remember this guy because he was a Calgary Flame. He was one of the guys drafted by the Flames in 2012, and he was a third-round goaltender that had a lot of people super hyped up for the future. He's 27 today, but back when he was drafted, he was seen as this potential starter-to-be because he was really good in the NCAA, one of the better goaltenders in that system in Providence, and eventually, after all that time was spent developing in the college scene, he made his debut with the Stockton Heat and the Calgary Flames, where sure, he was never really able to get himself a solidified, even just backup role with the team. He had himself 11 games played in 2017-2018, but he was primarily an AHL caliber defenseman. This season, though, he played for the Maine Mariners in the ECHL, the Providence Bruins in the AHL, the Lehigh Valley Phantoms in the AHL, all on loan for the latter two teams, and he played with the St. Louis Blues too. Now, the thing about his St. Louis Blues stint was that he actually signed with the St. Louis Blues like a week ago. And you can see the one game played that he had, a .282 goals against and a .923 save percentage. It was a really good one, actually. It was this game against Anaheim here, where he actually did have himself a pretty good stat line of making 36 saves on 39 total shots. Definitely not bad for a guy who was making his NHL return for the first time in, what was that? He didn't even play a game in 2018-19. So 2017-2018, this is his first stint of NHL action in 4 years. So really good for him to go back to the NHL, get a game under his belt, and actually not do too poorly in it. However, the only reason the St. Louis Blues even signed Jon Gillies in the first place to an extraordinarily cheap, league minimum $750,000 contract was because if we go over to the St. Louis Blues and we take a look at their goaltending, this is kind of what happens. So you can see they have so many guys on their payroll right now, and this is why Jon Gillies even got signed in the first place. Binnington, their main guy, he's out. Ville Husso, also out. These two guys are both injured at the moment, and with Binnington coming back, it actually makes this trade a lot easier. But they had themselves Joel Hofer, their backup, who was not able to be called up due to cap issues, and Charlie Lindgren played the night before for the St. Louis Blues, and he actually hasn't been doing too poorly either. I mean, the guy's got a .956 and a .129 in 4 games played. This is like the best we have ever seen Charlie Lindgren. If you're a Montreal fan, you're really surprised to see this, but either way, this entire debacle is why Jon Gillies was signed to an extraordinarily cheap deal last week. It's why he played that one game, and because Binnington was reactivated, he is now back on the team. It makes Jon Gillies no longer really needed, which is why he got sent over to New Jersey. Now, what is going on with the New Jersey Devils? If we go over to their goaltending tandem, it makes things a lot more interesting when you see what's going on over there. This team also has a whole bunch of goaltenders on their payroll as well. And the way things have gone down, I mean, Jonathan Bernier, he's out for a while. He's writing articles for TVA Sports now, apparently, so that's pretty interesting. Nico Daws in the minors, that guy's also down and out, so they have themselves a pretty limited supply of goaltenders that are available to them, with Wedgwood and Schmid also being in the mix as well. The Devils just kind of need a goaltender, and Jon Gillies is that guy coming over for free for future considerations, with the rumors that Mackenzie Blackwood yesterday was playing sick or whatever it was. This is kind of desperation mode, and when it comes to desperate times, hey, they call for desperate measures. You're going to go out there and trade away nothing for a guy like Jon Gillies. Future considerations as it is. So the New Jersey Devils, they reacquire Jordan Binnington off of activation right here. Jon Gillies has been sent over to the Devils, and things are just looking kind of desperate for all the teams involved here, but you know, just hopefully everybody's able to get okay. Jonathan Bernier does not look like he's going to return anytime soon, especially with this acquisition over here, but we still hope he's going to be able to come back in any capacity regardless. So, talk to me in the comments. What do you think about Jon Gillies getting traded from the Blues to the Devils? I hope you enjoyed. This was Rosén, and bye.